One thing that's always amazed me about Russia is how a place so big, so barren and so cold can function on a day-to-day basis. It's quite amazing that anyone actually gets out of bed in the morning, but everyone does, day in, day out, year in, year out. And the kids as well. You see the kids going to school and it's pitch black and freezing cold, and you wonder how on earth the parents have managed to get their kids out of bed in the morning. This is a primary school. The kids are in there learning now as we speak. A very common sound you hear all over the winter is this scraping of the snow from the ground. And I mean, across Russia there must be tens of thousands of people every day just clearing the snow away. But you've got to keep on top of it. Twice already this winter we haven't had water because of the burst water pipes, but there's always a way around it. They fix it, and in the meantime they send out technical water trucks. We've lost our electricity as well, at least once this winter. It's just a constant battle against the elements. In some parts of the world, you get an inch of snow and all the transport and everything comes to a standstill. In Russia, no matter how much snow you get or how cold it is, the buses always keep working. All the drivers respect the pedestrian crossings, especially in the winter. Just standing at the roadside for a minute can be hazardous. A simple thing in other places, like just getting in your car in the morning, is quite a mission here as well. It can easily take 20 minutes to clear all the snow and ice off your car and warm it up before you can drive it. Regardless of how much snow falls or how cold it is, all the shops and other conveniences all still work. I mentioned in my last video about how the climate has helped play a part in the Russian character, mentality if you like. I think that's one reason you never get any softies in Russia. Just wouldn't survive in such climate. And actually maybe that explains why Russians are so stubborn as well. I mean, just to get yourself out of bed in the morning takes quite a lot of willpower. The sun doesn't come up particularly early in Russia. Many parts of Russia it's still dark until 10 AM in the winter. Quite a common sight to see the snow piled up. I guess most Russians don't even think about it really. They don't know any different. They lived here their whole life. It's only really for an outsider like me that's lived in other places that comes here and takes note of it. Russian people don't know any different, just get on with their life as usual. All these pipes everywhere, they're very well protected to try to stop them from freezing up and cracking. But sometimes the cold weather wins out. Russia survives. It manages to, despite these conditions and economic hardship over the years, the decades, the centuries even. Sometimes just getting through the day in Russia is an achievement. Truck there probably carrying the snow away. Construction never stops as well. All year round buildings are being put up. Now I mean it's cold enough on the ground level. I can't imagine how cold and windy it is up there on the very top. But work continues. It has to. I think that's one reason I like living in Russia, because life isn't easy. Every day is a challenge that you have to overcome. Heating bills, as you can imagine, increase quite a lot during the winter. Russians have to spend money on winter clothes. They have to change the tyres of their cars to winter tyres. This cold climate costs Russians a lot of money. The street dogs don't seem to mind the cold weather. Now you thought your PE lessons were bad at school. Could have been worse. Could have went to school in Russia.